the COVID vaccine mandates at elite schools are beginning to drop, finally. MIT so there's a Twitter account, No College Mandates, which is where I'm seeing these, and I did go and check. I'm like, yes, it's true. They announced this week MIT is dropping its COVID mandates, but it's mid-April, right? To be effective May 11th.
Right, because the delay.
That thing again. So I just thought we should talk. I don't know. We've talked about this a lot, not on camera, but I don't know if we've actually talked about this utter insanity. Wherein, and I mean, we were seeing this even in the summer of 2020 when there was all this like going back and forth, like, oh, you don't have to wear a mask, you do have to wear a mask, you do, like, right? And it would go back and forth, but they would announce, so that was especially on the West Coast, like, and when we were still living in Oregon State at that point, like, okay, in, 1 week from now, you're no longer going to have to wear a mask in public stores. Like, 1 week from now, what are you doing? Either it's time or it's not. Stop it already. And it's the same thing, like MIT. So what are they going to do? If someone is, I don't know, I think like people are just passing through their campus are allowed not to be vaccinated there, but someone is due for a booster between now and May 11th. And what? They can't come to class? They can't be on the faculty until May 11th if they don't get the booster? It just reveals how at least ascientific the entire thing is. And I think it's actually not, this thing is not anti-scientific. It reveals that there's just no science there at all. Like, all of this is coming in the guise of like the experts with the white coats and the Faucis and all this. And it's like, no, actually there's there's no science there.
Yeah,
there's just nothing.
It is suggestive of a process that obviously does not exist.
That's brilliant. Yes, it is suggestive of a process that obviously does not exist.
Right.
We're gonna put a bunch of stuff on it.
It's like
spandrels.
It's like they forgot the phrase "effective immediately," right? Effective immediately. That's how you do that, right? Oh, we've changed our mind on masks, so effective immediately, you don't have to wear one.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, thank you. Good.
Right. And the idea, this was MIT that dropped there.
MIT. Yeah.
So this is the height of expertise, right? These are the people.
They seem pretty sciencey.
Yeah. It's not rocket science. Well, it doesn't matter if it is, because those are the rocket scientists, right? The rocket scientists fucked up COVID longer than anybody else so that they're finally dragging.
Oh, no, a lot of the Ivy Leagues. Still have them.
Sure, but I guess my point is, shouldn't the Academy be ahead on this stuff? Right? The Academy is supposed to be the source of insight. It's not supposed to be fucking podcast world. But finally, MIT is catching up to what Joe Rogan viewers knew 2 years ago. This is nuts.
In his 1995 afterword to The Unsettling of America, Wendell Berry writes, "The response to this book has shown that the universities are not interested in the pursuit of truth by argument. They are interested in preserving the conclusion of an old argument that for the most part they no longer bother to make, namely that the world and all its creatures are machines."
Mm-hmm.
And it's a brilliant, I've read enough excerpts there, but again, from a long time ago, there were people seeing, and we were in mid-90s, we were seeing the brokenness of universities as well. It didn't look like it does now.
Yep.
And there was no woke to be scraped off the top. There was some at the edges and such, but Zachary is raising his hand as if he's in class. Are you mic'd?
No, I am. So I just wanted to mention, someone in the chat pointed out, of course, which I think you just forgot to mention, or forgot to bring up, that obedience was effective immediately. That they are perfectly willing to use that tool when it's on the front end, and then releasing the mandates, they will push it off and see if you're willing to follow.
Brilliant. Yep.
To comply for a little bit longer. But when it comes to when the mask mandates come down or anything, it's effective. They are very
it's a test.
They are very eager to grab control and very reluctant to give it up.
Well, and it's even more, it's like
the delay.
It's like, are you really going to comply? Because at some level, during that period where it's about to drop, that there's not going to be a lot of punishment or anything. So it's like, are you really for complying to this? In which case you're going to go right through the deadline that they've now set later on, or you're going to stop complying right when they say it's in the future.
Yeah, so it's a way to assess actually those who are thinking it through in terms of like, what could the evidence possibly be that finally allowed you to see reality here, or the distinction being those people and the like, well, I just do what I'm told. So the people who just do what they're told on the MIT campus presumably have now heard that they are no longer required to do X, Y, and Z as of a date yet to come. And so they will continue to do what they've been being told to do for years now, because what they do, apparently, what is being taught at one of the world's premier engineering schools is do what you're told. I wonder why we're failing.